Now, Combs did not do this all on his own. As I mentioned, Combs has been charged with RICO conspiracy. He used his business and employees of that business and other close associates to get his way.
If Trump wins, that FC client list is going to become public.
Yes.
And some of those billionaires behind Kamala are terrified of that outcome.
Yeah. Do you think Reid Hoffman's uncomfortable?
Yes.
Definitely everybody and did this and everyone. And then we're like, well, how do you know? He's like, I read. Doesn't really mean anything.
Joe Rogan and Elon Musk are back at it, sending some serious at all the Diddy accomplices. From secret getaways to rumored hideouts, the duo didn't hold back, exposing how some of Hollywood's biggest names have gone off the grid. Buckle up, because the names they dropped and the reasons behind these escapes are nothing short of jaw-dropping. The first name that has been completely off the grid is Diddy's best buddy, Ellen DeGeneres. No one has heard from her ever since the entire Diddy drama started, and it's all because she has already moved and has also changed her entire appearance. New photos of Ellen are going viral. She was spotted in a small pub in England along with his wife with a new hair color that almost made her unrecognizable. While Ellen claims this relocation is because of Trump's win and the current state of America, many believe the real reason is her deep ties to Diddy and all the dirt she's been trying to sweep under the rug, and because Trump has promised to put all such deviants in jail.
It's just very strange for a lot of people that the list of clients that went to the island has not been made public.
Yeah, it's very interesting, isn't it? Probably will be, by the way. Probably.
So if you're able to, you'll be...
Look, in some shocking and sad news for the 74 million Americans who voted for Donald Trump, former talk show host Ellen DeGeneres and wife Portia de Rossi have fled the US and moved to the UK in the wake of the result, telling friends that the election of Donald Trump was their primary motivation, that they've settled into Cotswolds, a rural town in south central England.
Ellen and Diddy go way back, and their relationship is raising eyebrows now that Diddy's entire empire is unraveling. Diddy's been a frequent guest on her show, where he often talked about his wild parties, and Ellen was all smiles, laughing along as if she didn't know just how deep the rabbit hole went.
Ellen, were you surprised by the allegations about P. Diddy? Did that surprise you about P. Diddy? He's been on your show many times. Have you been to his parties?
But here's the thing, Ellen's not exactly a saint herself. People are revisiting clips of her being cold and rude to guests on her show, making them visibly uncomfortable. Remember when Dakota Johnson called her out for lying about not being invited to her birthday party? That was just the tip of the iceberg. These resurfaced moments, combined with stories from former employees who described Ellen as the meanest woman in Hollywood, is very different from her be kind mantra.
Happy belated birthday. When was your birthday?
It was October 4th.
October 4th. You turned 30.
I did.
And how was the party? I wasn't invited.
Actually, no, that's not the truth, Ellen. You were invited. Last time I was on the show, last year, you gave me a bunch of about not inviting you, but I didn't even know you wanted to be invited.
Back in 2016, Ellen gave Diddy a shout out on his birthday, listing all his names: P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, Sean Combs. But here's the kicker. She added Cuddle McSnuggle stuff, followed by You Don't Need to Know Why. This random post confused everyone at the time, but in hindsight, people are connecting it to the disturbing allegations tied to Diddy. And to make matters worse, whispers about Ellen's romantic history are adding more fuel to the fire. Allegedly, both of Ellen's late girlfriends passed under questionable circumstances, and people are starting to connect the dots. It wasn't just bad luck. There are rumors she was trying to silence them because they knew too much about her shady dealings in Hollywood. And guess who allegedly helped her cover it up? Yep, Diddy himself.
Your feet are gonna have blisters. You're gonna be dancing so hard.
I can't wait.
And it doesn't just end there. Some people are pointing fingers at Ellen for allegedly being involved in the tragic death of Stephen Twitch Boss, her former DJ and close associate. Twitch was reported to have tragically ended his own life, but according to a wild conspiracy theory, he was being blackmailed. Twitch allegedly stumbled upon a disturbing clip of higher ups, with some speculating it to be linked to one of Diddy's infamous parties. People are speculating that Twitch may have been a target once he learned too much. And now, with Diddy reportedly snitching to the feds, Ellen's name could surface, exposing her alleged role in this mess. If that happens, the consequences for her could be severe. Arrest isn't off the table, which might explain why she fled to England so abruptly. Elon Musk even sent a warning shot to Ellen, reacting to a tweet that hinted at her fleeing the country. His response, a simple, cryptic emoji. And if there's one thing we know about Elon, is that he's not dropping one-word replies for nothing. He's clearly hinting at something bigger, and fans are eating it up. It's hard to believe, but Twitter is saying that Oprah Winfrey might be tied to Diddy's dark secrets. Word on the street is that the feds have reportedly called in Oprah, tying her to Diddy's infamous freak-off parties. Instead of facing the heat, Oprah has allegedly fled the country, according to some sources. While her official reason is supposedly to avoid Trump's re-election drama, many speculate it's to escape being dragged into Diddy's ongoing investigation.
You are welcome. I bless you in removing your child from the big school, because my number one priority is the safety and well-being.
But how did Oprah, a media mogul and humanitarian, land herself in the middle of such chaos? For years, rumors about Oprah attending Diddy's wild parties have been circulating. Oprah's connections to controversial figures don't end with Diddy. Let's not forget her friendship with Harvey Weinstein. Pictures of Oprah cozying up to Weinstein have resurfaced, reigniting questions about how much she knew about his predatory behavior.
To some breaking news now. New York's highest court this morning overturning Harvey Weinstein's 2020 conviction. The court finding the judge at the landmark trial prejudiced the ex-movie mogul with improper rulings, including a decision to let women testify about allegations.
Allegedly, everyone knew what Weinstein was up to behind the scenes. Yet Oprah continued to promote projects with him and stood by his side until his downfall. Critics argue her silence during his scandal says a lot, especially when her platform could have helped bring attention to his survivors sooner.
No matter what business you work in, there have been women who not only had the disease to please, that's a part of it, but who felt that in order to keep my job, in order to keep my position, in order to keep moving forward, I've got to smile, I've got to look the other way, I got to pretend he didn't say that, I got to pretend.
The Brazilian spiritual healer, John of God, was another figure Oprah endorsed, calling him a miracle worker. But her praise didn't age well. Years later, John of God was exposed as a predator involved in transferring ring, if you know what I mean.
Yes, let's talk about John of God, João de Deus in Brazil, and Oprah. And I'm just going to say Oprah has introduced a lot of cult leaders to America, like Keith Raniere, like John of God, and like many others.
This endorsement not only tarnished her credibility, but also raised serious questions about how much she knew about his crimes.
Todos nós somos médium.
Everybody is a medium
Pratica o bem.
who practices good. And we are all children of God. And each person has their mission.
And then there's the entire mess with Oprah's $40 million investment in an all-girls school in South Africa that was supposed to be her legacy, a safe haven for disadvantaged young women. But just months after its opening, allegations of SA surfaced.
Oprah Winfrey has had a lot of controversy around her African school for girls, with huge conspiracy theories starting that these girls were going missing from Oprah's school. All of these theories started shortly after Oprah opened her school in 2007.
The school's matron, Virginia Makgobo, faced charges of SA against 6 girls. Oprah flew to South Africa to address the issue and fired those involved, publicly stating it was one of the most devastating experiences of her life.
Forbes magazine estimates Oprah Winfrey has given a whopping $400 million to education. And one of the causes closest to her heart is celebrating a milestone.
This is a huge one for her. In an exclusive interview with ABC's Juju Chang, Oprah talks about the emotional and sometimes very difficult journey.
Next up on Joe Rogan's and Elon Musk's list is Leonardo DiCaprio. He has fled to Italy, according to sources, and is believed to be all tied to the Diddy scandal. Leo's sudden escape has everyone talking, especially considering the timing. Just as Diddy's life is unraveling, Leo is conveniently jetting off to Italy with his latest girlfriend. Fans are calling it out, saying this is less of a vacation and more of a strategic retreat.
And I'm sure that's probably not public information yet, but who's the person that's #1 on that invitation list?
Leonardo DiCaprio.
And I can get on that list,
yes,
right?
Yes, without a doubt, you are invited.
That is so generous of you. Cheers to that.
See you at the White Party.
Leo and Diddy go way back. We're talking 90s Hollywood, where they were party buddies, hitting up every major event together. And then there were Diddy's infamous white parties. Leo wasn't just a guest at these legendary events. He was the guest. Diddy even called him his #1 invite, making it clear that Leo was a key player in the inner circle. To make matters worse, old photos and videos from those parties are starting to resurface, showing Leo deep in the mix. While his team is trying to downplay his connection to Diddy, claiming he hasn't been in touch with him for years, fans aren't buying it. The timing of Leo's trip to Italy is just too convenient. There's even speculation that Leo might have been a little too cozy with the younger crowd at those parties. Let's not forget, the man's almost 50 and hasn't dated anyone over 25 in years. With Diddy facing serious charges, he's likely not going down alone. If naming names helps him cut a deal, you can bet Leo's name could come up. After all, Diddy's trial is set for May 2025, and Hollywood insiders are already bracing for the fallout. This isn't Leo's first time in hot water. Remember the 1MDB scandal? Leo got tangled up with Malaysian financier Joe Low, who allegedly embezzled billions. Leo had to hand over luxury gifts, including a Picasso and Marlon Brando's Oscar, to distance himself from the controversy. Now, fans are wondering if he's using the same playbook to escape the Diddy drama. Let's be real, with Diddy's scandal spiraling, there's no telling who might get dragged in next. For now, Leo's doing everything he can to stay out of the spotlight, but the question is, how long can he keep running? Another #1 invitee of Diddy's white parties, who is already moving out, is Ashton Kutcher. He has reportedly dipped out of Hollywood, and word is he's not sticking around for Diddy's drama to catch up with him. Sources claim Ashton and his wife Mila Kunis are planning to leave the country, allegedly heading to quieter pastures far away from all this chaos. Now, Ashton might not be the first person you think of when it comes to Diddy's mess, but his history with Diddy runs deeper than you'd expect. Back in the early 2000s, Ashton and Diddy were tight. They first connected through their work on MTV, and it didn't stop there. They ran the New York City Marathon together in 2003 and were frequently spotted partying at high-profile events, including Diddy's infamous white parties. Now, with Diddy behind bars and the feds reportedly digging into everyone who had ties to him, Ashton's decision to quietly exit Hollywood is looking real sus.
He was so upset over the fact that he got skunked on this run. That year he decided to run the New York Marathon. And so he just started immediately training.
And old clips of Ashton are now going viral on Twitter, like the one from Ashton's 2019 Hot Ones interview, where he awkwardly laughs off questions about Diddy's parties, saying there was a lot he couldn't tell.
Our relationship was really bizarre. So it started over punked, because he was like, yo,
don't punk
you
me.
can't punk me. And I was like, I don't know what to tell you. Everybody's on the table. He's like, not me, I'm off the table.
To make things worse, Ashton was already under fire this year for the letters he and Mila Kunis wrote defending their former That 70s show co-star Danny Masterson, who was convicted of serious crimes. The backlash forced Ashton to step down from his own anti-child essay organization, Thorn. Now, with his ties to Diddy being dug up, people are questioning whether Ashton's departure is more about escaping the mess than just moving on with life. Social media has been relentless, with fans dragging up old clips and calling him out for his silence.
Diddy party stories, they're our favorite genre of anecdote, if you have one, yeah.
Wow, okay, I've got a lot I can't tell. So, I can't tell that one either.
The internet being the internet, rumors of Ashton and Mila's marriage being on the rocks have started swirling too. Some say the stress from Ashton's alleged connection to Diddy is putting a strain on their relationship, but their reps have called those rumors ridiculous and false. Still, the couple's decision to lay low and allegedly leave Hollywood is fueling speculation. As Diddy's trial approaches and the feds keep connecting the dots, Ashton's name might not be the last one dragged into this. Whether he's staying quiet to protect himself or just waiting for it all to blow over, fans are not letting up anytime soon. The internet has not been kind to these celebs trying to escape the heat. One user put it bluntly, saying, "They're not moving, Ellen is running. Americans don't want you here, Ellen. Take Oprah, Meghan, and Harry with you. We're done with evil." Another commenter didn't hold back when it came to Oprah, saying, "Oprah is neck deep in all of this. From Weinstein to Diddy, come on, the streets are talking and people are not letting these celebs off the hook." So what do you think? Are these celebs just moving or running from something bigger? Drop your thoughts in the comments down below and let's keep the convo going. Oh, and don't forget to smash that like button and hit subscribe for more stories straight from the hood.